Well, I certainly hope yins guys are ready, because it is time for Free Tip Friday number 3, and a well-deserved weekend after that. Well, guys, we are back, and in this Free Tip Friday, we are going to talk about the treacherous situation of introducing males. As per request in the comments from week 1 by Chris. Thank you, Chris. And in this particular instance, we are going to introduce our males to some females, which is probably a little bit less treacherous than introducing males to other males, which you should never do. And that'll come into play, actually, stupid joke, but seriously, male reticulated pythons get very combative. So that's the first thing that is going to make our jobs today a little bit more difficult. One, because we don't want the male to bite or harm the female in any way. Obviously, we don't want the female to bite or harm the male in any way, so food response or fear response is something we're going to have to watch out for her. And me being a male, believe this or not, reticulated pythons are actually intelligent enough to react to you according to your gender. And so me being a male, a lot of times breeding males and females will view me as another male, either a rival for a male retic, which is a bad situation because they fight, they're combative with each other, or potentially a health threat to a female. So the females get kind of sketchy during this time too. So I'm just going to talk about a couple of just super basic things with this one, and I hope you guys will have fun following along. Okay, guys, I got my trusty snake hook here, and so let's make the magic happen. Move the dirty glass out of the way. The paper is a little dirty in this cage, by the way, you'll notice. That's intentional. I want to kind of leave it alone and not mess with them too much during this time. Hi, honey. So you call it tap training, but, you know, really, this is all we're doing. Just get a little pet, wake her up. You know they sleep with their eyes open, so they're not always awake, even though they look like they are. And look at this beautiful greenish anery tiger. I don't think I have the right lighting to show that, but hey, baby girl, I'm going to just move her head away from me, give her a little bit of a pet, and see if I can't get her. You know, I might make use of my shelf up here. You're okay. Come here. Up we go. Up we go. Let's see if I can get her up onto that second layer. I don't know if you guys can see how that shelf works. That was the first week's Free Tip Friday. Had to give some little extra space in your caging. Come on, baby girl. Up we go. And we're just going to get her out of here moving and cruising and watching around, but also knowing that she's not going to eat so that we don't catch her by surprise. Okay, let's go get the male. All right, she's moving up and out of the way. She's obviously aware that we're here now and something is going on. She doesn't know what, but she's in for a pleasant surprise, because this handsome boy is coming to town. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. How's that helpful at all? Okay, so here he is. We're pulling him out. I went ahead and gave him the pet, but look at how twitchy and jumpy he is. So I really need to keep his head pointed away from me as much as possible and just handle him gently. Now, I don't want to throw him on the female either, because he might be in fight mode with me. And then when he touches the female, he takes it out on her. So what we're going to do instead is just drop his head in there, let him get a good whiff, and kind of go in on his own rate of speed. Okay? So let's see if we can, there we go. This is why he is, I mean, this guy is just so beautiful. Just a white on white. Gotta love a snow retic. This is one of the very early line 75% Superdwarfs. A lot of the snow stuff, especially the higher percentage stuff you see, is from these lines. And they're not necessarily the smallest line, but we'll be working on it. Now check out his body language. If he senses her, he's going to start doing what we call arching, which is pretty easy to see why we call it that. Because they arch their bodies. They like hit something and then they rub up against it, almost like a cat when you pet it on the back. And so he's going to start arching and pushing stuff around in the cage. You'll see him kind of like flattening the muscles of his body to one side or another. And this guy's a seasoned professional. I mean, he knows exactly what's up. You know what would work awesome here? Time lapse. You guys want to watch a lot of arching and throwing from this male, and we'll see where it goes, okay? So what I'll do is I'm going to set the camera on time lapse. You guys can kind of watch his body motion and stuff and see. And I will be supervising from afar because I need to be able to break it up if I have to, which is something you always kind of want to plan on. Usually the most tense time is going to be when you first put them together. So that's what we're most concerned about. So I'm going to watch while you guys watch the time lapse. And then if everything goes well, I'll just sneak out and come back in a little bit later tonight. And, you know, I'm going to keep the lights out, keep everything low. I don't want to spoil the mood, you know. And we will see how these guys are doing. Sound good? Let's go see how they're doing. That's a good sign. So we'll probably leave those guys together for all throughout the night and pull them apart tomorrow. And then give the male maybe like 3 days off or something, throw him some food, you know, during that time, and then put him back in there. And that's how it's done.